Welcome. This is for a project that we're doing for GPS for learning how to upcycle plastic bags. So basically we're going to go through a tutorial video of how to make the bags and everything. My name's Addison Frank. I'm currently a freshman at GB and I'm going for physical education.
My name is Nick. I'm currently a freshman going for design arts.
My name is Mason. I'm a double major in early childhood education and theater with a performance emphasis. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be making these bags. We'll be playing a video that you can follow along and pause if you need, and you can make your very own upcycled plastic bag tote.
We're doing this because upcycling is really important for the environment, and single-use plastics go unrecycled and then end up in landfill and just create a big pile of problems. But reusing these plastic bags can help the environment, and you can have a nice tote for at the end. All right, I will share my screen and we can watch the video.
Hello everyone, and welcome to your GPS upcycling plastic tote bag project tutorial. I'm Mason and I will be showing you how to make your own. Okay, so the first step is to get 9 plastic bags and get them in a nice flat pile and get all the air out of it. And then you're going to line up the ends so they're nice and neat. So I lined them all up and now I'm going to chop off the end. Beautiful. And then you're going to flip it around, and then you're going to do the same thing to the top. And then you should get something that looks like this. So the next step is to iron, and you can either use a cut up paper bag or you could use wax paper. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna iron the sides first, and then you're gonna iron the top. But don't iron the top first, otherwise you'll have air pockets in your bag. So you're gonna smush it together, and then so I have mine set on my iron set on the polyester setting, which is like about halfway in the heat. So you'll just iron it, and just be careful to not go on too long. Otherwise, you will melt your bags and they'll shrink. They'll become too hard. So you just want to make sure that you apply a little bit of heat. See, a little bit of melting action going on. And I'll show you with wax paper. So it's essentially the same thing. And then what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over carefully. And you'll do the same thing. You're just trying to join the edges together. Like that, and then you can see they sort of come together, not this side yet, and then you'll do that to all the other ones. Okay, so now that you have all of your edges sealed and ironed, what you're going to do is you're going to lay it down and take your parchment paper or your paper bag, and you're going to iron from the bottom side up. And make sure all the air goes out here. And you might have learned while you were ironing the edges how long to keep the iron on and whatnot, and how often to flip it over. But you don't want to leave it on too long, otherwise you'll melt it and you'll get holes. So I like to iron a little bit and then flip it over, and iron a little bit, and then flip it over, and do that over and over until I make it all the way to the top. Alrighty, so once you iron all the way up, you can seal it off at the top, and then you will get something that looks a little bit like this. And you're and thin and all ironed together. So then the next step would be to sew them together. Okay, so you're gonna tie a little knot, and then you're just gonna do a simple little loop all the way around the perimeter of the bag. So once you sew all the way around the edges, you're gonna flip your bag inside out, which I already did. So it's gonna look something like this. And now I'm going to show you how to make a handle. So to make the handles, you're gonna take a bag and you're gonna cut it into 1-inch strips. It should look something like this. The handles, you're gonna cut, once you cut your strips in the 1-inch strips of your bag, you're gonna take your 2 loops and you're gonna put them through like this, so one sitting through, and then you're gonna put one end through the other. You give it a nice little tug, and then you'll get this. So you're gonna make 2 more of them, and then you're gonna tie them together, and then you're gonna find something heavy, and then you're gonna place it underneath it, and then you're just gonna do a basic braid. So then once you've completely braided it, you're gonna tie off the end, and then you're gonna take some thread and your needle, and then you're going to sew it to the edges.
All right.
All right, well, thank you all very much for following along, and I hope you enjoy your lovely upcycled bag. Feel free to rewatch anything and make sure that everything makes sense, and you'll have a wonderful upcycled tote to enjoy.
Yes, and if you would like to share your final tote projects, you can DM them or you can add us on Instagram at Upcycling GPS, and we will repost them.